am proud to introduce the 2026 Seeds Leading Change Honoree, David Farber.
As you've heard, may have heard, I've spent the past 20 years in the wealth management business, helping clients find great investments that compound, endure, and deliver meaningful returns. And before that, I spent 2 decades starting and building entrepreneurial companies. Well, tonight, I get to talk about both the very best startup organization I've ever been involved with and the best investment that I've ever made. Not just with my money, but with my time, my energy, and my heart. 32 years ago, in 1994, I joined that startup, New Jersey Seeds, as it was then known. Like all great startups, it began with a bold idea and an unwavering belief in human potential. And like the very best startups, it grew into something extraordinary, what the investment world would call a unicorn, an organization that has created billions of dollars of value for its stakeholders. That year, through some good fortune, I met 2 of Seed's founders, Blair McGinnis and Mark Sandler. Blair explained something to me that would change the way I would think about education forever. She told me that many of New Jersey's cities were filled with bright, highly motivated students, supported by families who deeply valued education and would do anything to see their children succeed. But these students were stuck in unsafe, underperforming schools that, despite caring educators, simply could not meet their needs. At the very same time, there was an enormous amount of scholarship money available for students just like this, beginning as early as 6th grade in prep schools, parochial schools, and boarding schools. But here was the heartbreaking disconnect. No matter how smart or motivated these students were, when they transitioned into those elite academic environments, they simply were not prepared to compete with students from the strong suburban school systems. The talent existed, the scholarships existed, the opportunity did not. Seeds was founded to solve that problem, to provide enrichment, to provide preparation, to provide access, and to provide support, so that scholarship dollars are not wasted, but rather leveraged into unlimited success stories. And as so many of you in this room tonight already know, the formula works. From an investor's perspective, the returns are remarkable. Currently, a $17,000 investment in preparing a motivated student, paired with access to a high-quality school, routinely unlocks hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarship funding and millions of dollars in lifetime economic value. Let me make this real for you. I am humbled tonight to share this evening with my co-honoree, Pamela Amuso. And I am truly in awe of her accomplishments and success over the past 25 years. In 2001, Seeds invested approximately $10,000 in Pam, supporting her through the Seeds Scholars Program, beginning the summer before 8th grade. From there, Pam went on to Lawrence Academy with more than $225,000 in scholarship support. Georgetown with approximately $125,000 in scholarships. The University of Oxford with more than $25,000 in scholarship funding. And Harvard Law School with about $150,000 in scholarship support. She has since gone on to create millions of dollars of economic value as an accomplished attorney, an adjunct professor at Georgetown, and a board trustee at Lawrence. But even more importantly, Pam has become a role model, a shining example of what is possible when talent meets opportunity. When you multiply Pamela's story by the roughly 3,600 Seeds alumni, the conclusion is undeniable. Seeds has created billions of dollars of economic and social value. But what matters even more than the numbers is what those numbers represent. They represent children whose lives have changed because someone was willing to invest in them. The success of Seeds is, at its core, about opportunity. The opportunity unlocked when a child with talent and drive is given access to an education equal to their potential and not limited by their circumstances. More than 30 years ago, right around the time of Seed's founding, President Bill Clinton said in his inaugural address, "Today, we do more than celebrate America. We rededicate ourselves to the very idea of America, an idea tempered by the knowledge that, but not for fate, we, the fortunate and the unfortunate, might have been each other." That idea, that opportunity should not be determined by fate, is at the heart of why we are gathered here tonight. Education has the power to alter that paradigm. It is truly the equalizer, the great equalizer in our world. Education is perhaps the single investment, maybe the only investment, that consistently has the ability to change the trajectory of lives, families, and ultimately societies. Philanthropists can choose from many worthy causes: hunger, health, the arts, disability services, support for the elderly, all deeply important. But education is different. It doesn't just help someone today. It reshapes what becomes possible forever. Because when you give a child, especially a financially disadvantaged or minority child, not just access, but real access to a high-quality education, you change far more than the life of that one child. You change the direction of an entire family. You alter what becomes possible for the generations that follow. There are millions of children across this country who are bright, driven, and willing to work. But without opportunity, potential remains locked away. When donors step into that moment, when you step in, everything changes. A child's sense of possibility expands. A family's future stabilizes. A community gains a new leader. A generation begins to transform. And if, in every generation, we can identify those motivated students who are willing to do the work and give them the access and preparation they so deserve, then over time, we don't just reduce inequality, we solve it. And in doing so, we shift the trajectory and strengthen the fabric of our society. I am incredibly proud to have been part of a core group of educators, philanthropists, and entrepreneurs who invested both our time and our money all those years ago in Seed's vision. It has truly turned out to be, by far, the best investment I have ever made. So tonight, over the next 45 minutes, as you meet and hear the stories of our amazing students, please consider joining me in honoring the legacy of that early group, our commitment to education, and our love for this organization by investing in our kids. And together, let's rededicate ourselves to the very idea of America, an idea defined by opportunity and not by fate. Thank you.